Welcome to the September 17th, 2025 Conservation Commission meeting, Town of Berlin. As a reminder, open session public meetings are subject to being recorded. Your image and voice will be recorded, should you choose to participate. Okay. Julia,
All right.
what do you got for me?
Up first, we have a review and approve the minutes from the August 20th meeting.
Everybody get an opportunity to look them over?
I would say they're very thorough.
Good.
Nice detail.
Yes, yes. Any corrections or additions? Hearing none. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes for August 20th? I'm going to give Phil the opportunity for his first motion.
Thank you for that honor. Yes, so moved to approve the minutes from August 20th, 2025 meeting. Is that
Awesome.
okay?
That's perfect.
Thank you.
Yep.
These are good but messy.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Nope.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask you to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right. Treasurer's
All right.
report.
Treasurer's report. Nothing has changed since the last meeting, so wetlands account still stands at $15,959.07. Open space account still stands at $78,319.22, and the annual budget is at $2,000.
What?
Yeah, it should be less than that.
It should.
Yeah, we should have paid our annual dues to MACC.
Didn't we pay those out of the what? What's it called?
Oh,
Yes, we
right,
did.
Right. Yay! That's right. Awesome.
Which we
Then never
probably
mind.
didn't think about that like 10 years ago.
Right?
Well, now we know.
Awesome.
All right. Bills and forms. No bills or forms.
Excellent. No bills is good.
Mail and notices. So we did receive a fact-finding letter from the meeting we had regarding black rock cutting, and Holly also provided these pictures of black rock cutting. So we can summarize what we talked about in that meeting. So there was a cutting plan that was filed in the spring. The applicant had reached out to amend the plan, but the amended plan was never received. DCR noticed some work that was being done that was not consistent with the work that was on the plan, so a stop order was issued. Some work continued, which kind of led us to calling the meeting, DCR calling the meeting and us meeting with them. And it essentially sounded like the property owner had kind of thought that they had generated a map that they sent over, and DCR didn't realize that that was the plan that they were trying to amend. So it wasn't official, and the path forward was for the property owner to submit an official amendment to the plan and have it be reviewed for the work to continue. We have not heard further communication on, I haven't at least. I know you might have had
So
a second
yeah,
meeting.
I talked with Chris Pryor, who is the DCR forester, who issued the stop work order. All of the appropriate paperwork has been filed with them, and he will probably lift the stop work order sooner than not. I did ask him to keep me in the loop once they get closer to the stream that's on the property. And other than that, there's not a lot we can be involved in.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
Is Black Rock and Black Pearl the same thing?
They are the same owner. They are two different businesses.
Okay. Just, this says one thing and that says the other thing, so I
Oh.
just didn't know if it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Where's the property?
Property is, the front of the property is on Peach Hill Road, or Randall.
Okay.
Might be, I think it's Randall Road, actually. It is on Randall, and then it goes down behind, up, all the way to behind Highland Ridge.
Okay.
Yep. And he is clearing it for agricultural purposes.
Okay.
So, awesome.
Right. Next, we got notified from SVT that they're planning to do a monitoring of the Divine Conservation Restriction on Tuesday, September 24th at 9:30. Is not required for anyone from the commission to be there, although everyone is welcome. I can email the details over if anyone would like to attend that walk with SVT.
I usually attend, but it just me.
Yeah, they're quite interesting if you ever have the chance to go.
It's the day
Um,
after the holiday, so I'll go.
Okay.
Holiday? What holiday?
Bruce Springsteen's birthday is the 23rd.
Right, that's right. I always forget that one. Okay.
What time?
9:30.
Thanks.
And I can email the
Will you,
details over,
please?
and if
Thank
anyone
you.
else would
Yeah.
like them.
Is it Kristen O'Brien?
No,
That's-
it is Mark's Savigny.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
him.
No, I think he's one of the new hires.
Okay.
Yeah. So just let him know to
Mhm.
expect AJ.
Sounds good. I think I'll also try and attend as well. So.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Right. And then 68 Derby Road reached out. They're planning on doing some work, adding an addition to a house, and they were pretty certain that they are not near any resource area, and they were asking if we could talk about it today. We did just review an RDA that was at 76 Derby Road, and it was determined that the stream here was intermittent, and we were reviewing it because the work being done at 76 was within 13 feet of the resource area. I didn't see any other wetlands in the area when looking at the map,
No, they're good.
and so we can give them, do we need to vote if they would like an official letter, or are we able to just give that?
Oh, that's right. They need the ZBA
Mhm.
because they need a variance. ZBA wants a letter from us.
Correct.
Is everybody in agreement that 68? Oh, I forgot my pointer. Louise gave me one of those pointers, the telescopes, and I totally forgot
Well,
it.
next time you have to bring it.
Yep. So 68 is that middle lot right there. AJ, can you point to? There we go.
And this is the property we just reviewed in the stream that was determined to be
Right.
intermittent.
Everybody okay with us writing a letter to ZBA saying there are no wetland impacts on the property? All right.
Sounds good. Wheeler Pond Dam Removal has asked for an extension to the next meeting. Same with 180 River Road West. And same with 248 Central Street.
Crazy.
The wheels turn
So
slowly.
that's done. That's done. That's done. Moving right through our agenda.
So, next on the agenda is 37 Summer Road. The citizen reached out expressing that they want to remove some trees, but
Right.
they did not, this is what they provided, but
For a cutting plan.
for a cutting plan, so not sufficient. They had let me know that they were going to come in to further discuss it, but I don't think anyone is here for that.
Right, so reach out and give them a time.
Okay.
And, yeah.
At a meeting.
For them to come into a
come-
meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were supposed to come tonight.
Did they have a time?
Yes.
Okay.
So they just want to
Okay.
clear all of that? Is that the idea?
Yes, and the red blob on the right
Yeah.
is far enough away, but
Yeah,
so
the one on the left,
right.
not
So
so
you
much.
so this so I can so this property
Yeah.
is the old Wheeler property that sold recently on the corner of Summer and Sawyer Hill.
Yep.
And so the stream So this is where they're gonna have their horse paddock. And the stream runs through the corner of this. So if you see that red
Yeah,
blob is like all there. So we need to talk to them about
that,
that.
yeah.
And yeah, that's just not a sufficient cutting plan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so
Well, that's
hopefully
definitely
that's
doable.
why they didn't come in tonight, that they have hired somebody to help them prepare the proper documents.
I can touch base with them and see if they're able to come to the next meeting.
Awesome.
No updates from Maplewood Farm. Last meeting, we talked about that another soil request had come in, but I haven't seen any more come in since then.
No, me neither.
So, no real updates there. Highland Ridge enforcement order. There is some updates with this. Patrick has reached out and let us know that his payments for the monitoring, he's not been getting paid, so he is going to stop monitoring since he's not getting paid. The plan is to likely reach out with an enforcement order since they're not following the order of conditions, which clearly states that there needs to be weekly monitoring.
Except, so I did ask Julia to look up what the words were in the order of conditions. And it says, until complete or the site is stabilized, whichever comes first.
I was gonna say, because I thought we weren't requiring it at this point.
Right, well, we were fine not requiring it, but we all thought we were following the order of conditions, you know, that they still needed to do it. So I think, as far as we're concerned, the site is stable. And, you know, he can stop monitoring and try to get what they owe him. Yeah, because we had talked about maybe issuing an enforcement order for violating the OOC, but then I was like, maybe we should look at what the OOC actually says.
Yeah.
It does talk about the needing to get a certificate of compliance and to make the project complete. So those are
Right.
separate, but
Yeah,
Big-
so we may want to write them a letter saying, you know, pointing out that that is a condition. And, you know, that we need them to get on it. And just, really what I would say is, you know, remind them that it's a condition of the order of conditions and ask when we can expect the requested as-built plan.
sounds good.
They have plenty of staff to get that done.
If they don't pay Patrick, is there any
Not really much
enforcement
we
we
can
have?
do. We can
withhold
let,
the final certification?
well, certainly, but they have to finish filing for that first.
Understood.
Yeah.
Just
and
curious.
it-
It's
right,
been a parlor
yeah.
game, I must admit.
Oh, sure. And DEP might get involved on Patrick's behalf as well.
Sure.
So,
Sounds good.
yeah.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, 100 River Road West. We're still waiting for them to file a COC, so no updates really there. And CSX has filed a request for certificate of compliance.
Come on up.
Switch chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
First introduce yourself.
my name's
and-
Jeremy Foote. I'm a senior wetland scientist with TRC.
Was it Jeffrey?
Jeremy,
Jeremy, thank you.
we're working with CSX to resolve this issue with them. And, we went through and we did the culvert replacements. And then, I guess the beaver dam broke. It looked like, I went down to the pond and looked like it dropped 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah.
It's a lot of water.
Yeah, well, we were getting a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, back
Before,
then.
yeah, when that happened.
right.
Yep.
But so we took pictures. They looked at all the culverts, and I had, because I'm not an engineer, I'm a wetland scientist. I don't mess with sled rulers. And everyone we've shown the pictures to don't have a problem. They don't see anything wrong with any of the culverts.
There is one culvert near the beaver dam. It would be on the east side, right under the tracks that is plugged.
Is it plugged? Because we looked at the photos and we didn't see anything.
I couldn't see any water flowing through it when the water was very, very high. There wasn't even a trickle coming out. Maybe that's not the case.
I didn't see any evidence of it not being able to flow. Because there was water flowing through it when I was out there taking pictures.
It's none of these culverts.
Yes, keep scrolling. It's that guy, isn't it? That's the one that goes.
No, it's in the beaver dam, in the beaver pond.
Oh, it's in the beaver pond?
Right.
Right.
So there's the beaver
I was looking
dam.
for a culvert
Right.
on the tracks, and
So
I didn't see one.
the way we found it
Okay.
is if you look at the brush growing on the side of the tracks, there's
Okay.
a little break
Okay.
in the brush. And like it's pretty hidden, but if
Sure.
you look for the break in the brush, you can see it.
We'll definitely hop back out and try to
Yeah.
find that and look at that.
I can go with you if you
Sure.
want to make the arrangement.
But as that's sort of not part of this,
Right.
Yeah, but
but we'll
we
definitely
have someone.
no, we'll definitely look at it. And because I went out there, because I had that same concern. I was
Yeah.
like, is there a connection between underneath this track that is also blocked? And I walked the track to the other side of the pond, and I couldn't really see a connection. So I thought, oh, they just must be two unconnected ponds. But hearing this is good. We'll go back out there.
Yeah.
If
And
I
we
may
will.
interject something.
Sure.
I think that relief valve for that pond
Mm-hmm.
being plugged is what overwhelmed the culvert downstream
Mm-hmm.
at that little kind of a driveway crossing sort of thing,
Sure.
tractor crossing. I think that's why that got overwhelmed, is because there was no relief.
When we were getting inches of rain
Yeah.
every couple of days.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
That could be. I couldn't speak.
That
to
releases
Yeah.
it directly back into Northbrook.
Yeah. I couldn't speak to that,
Yeah,
but
okay.
but no, we'll set up a time to go out and try to find that and double check it again, because I'm sure that's something we'll want.
What do you need?
I can give him my contact information.
Oh, well,
Okay, you can work.
Yeah,
through
we'll-
that.
I
Okay.
can
we'll connect.
Yeah. All right. Good enough.
Awesome. Okay. Are there any other pictures? So where is this? Is this?
That's the culvert that's going under the track. So there's the road that goes from the road into the right of way. This is the culvert that passes underneath the right of way.
to the south of the right of way. It's got to be.
Away from the road.
To the
So
Yeah.
East.
I'm not quite sure what
I
the
know,
cardinal
and-
directions for that is. I'd have to
Right.
look
I
at a
know.
map.
And my south might not be 100% accurate, but. Anybody have any comments, questions?
So your goal was to get
Well, we just want our
the
goal is to get the enforcement order lifted.
Yeah. Right, because there really wasn't
It's
a
like an
notice of
enforcement
intent.
order, but
Yeah,
it's not an
yeah,
enforcement order
exactly.
because since it's railway property,
Yep, yep,
and so it's
right. So, but there was never an NOI, partly because there isn't an actual address.
correct, and it's
Right.
railroad property.
Yeah,
And
yep,
it's
yep.
and it's got its own complications.
Right.
We're going to derail this train.
Yeah.
Just want to file this notice of intent.
Yeah.
Just want to let you guys know.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody want to make a motion to lift the enforcement order? Slash issue a certificate of compliance? I'm not, because there actually is a DEP number,
Yeah.
so there was some sort of filing.
But it was never, because of its ambiguous nature, from what I understand, it was never officially filed. Like there's no deed attached to it.
Right.
So it's kind of in sort of this
Yeah,
ambiguous
exactly.
limbo.
So we'll do
situation.
both. We'll issue a certificate of compliance / lift the enforcement order.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask you to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right, so what have you got for me?
I have the certificate of compliance form for everyone to sign. I don't know if you would like to do this at the end of the meeting or just
No,
pass it
so,
around.
right, so we'll do it now, and then you can make a copy and hand deliver it.
Does it
Sounds
require
good.
a notary? Doesn't.
No.
I don't believe
No.
so.
And I'm sorry, what was your name again?
AJ?
AJ?
Want me to spell it?
AJ, what was your last name?
Moses.
Yeah.
Moses?
As in
Yeah, and we will be in
Moses.
touch, because if that is blocked, I'm sure CSX will want to deal with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we have been trying to notify anybody who would listen.
Now you've got me.
Exactly. Well, that's what I said.
I'm
I'm
good at
like,
listening.
we have
Good.
somebody.
When were you out there? Out of
The
curiosity.
22nd.
So the day of the photos then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
Go
last
that
time
way
I was there.
first.
I was like, oh, what day was I out there? What is time anymore?
Right. Yeah.
What is today?
But the bank stabilized well, and
Yep.
all
And,
the-
I mean, because you can see the evidence of the flash that
Yep.
came over and the amount of water
Yep.
that just flowed through that area and
Yeah.
held up fine. All the gravel on the road was still there. I mean, there was no scouring.
Yeah, I definitely saw that in
Yeah.
the picture. Can you go back a slide? Right there.
Yeah. Like the road held up well, the rocks stayed in place.
Good.
I didn't see anything. It was majorly dislodged.
Thank you.
So yeah, they held up well. We were proud of it.
Yeah, good.
Good boy.
I know I, for one, will be happy to take something off our other business list.
Yes.
I've been trying to. My to-do list has become very Medusa-like.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Hydra Lake where you cut one off and then
Right,
it grows two
right.
more. That's
Papers.
I know, right? Is this what was in the printer?
No, this was this this laptop is not able to connect to this printer.
Oh,
Maddie and I
right.
have been trying hard to do that, so this is from
I didn't want to say
a
it with a
different
Sharpie.
printer.
One that's maybe funded by your employer? I have those too.
Yes, that is something that I will maybe try and resolve. But we spent a long time on the phone with the people at Help Us Out, and we were not able to. It needs to be connected to an Ethernet cable, and there's not one in this room. They're only in the locked room, so
Right.
figure it out.
Yep, yep. Okay, so there's that. So we're gonna take, Roger, we're gonna take a break for a few minutes. All right, so we are on 92 Allen Road.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I got a couple
You-
of full-size site plans if you want them for
Excellent,
files.
thank you. All
And there should be 8 copies of that.
right, and if you would introduce yourself and the
Absolutely.
project.
And did you sign it?
Yes, I
Thank
did.
you.
And I got a little
Yeah.
colored up version here. So my name is Chris Frateroli. I'm a wetland scientist with Goddard Consulting on behalf of Rick and Bonnie Broadmerkle from 92 Allen Road. So we were retained after this enforcement order was issued for, as you see in the photos up here, a little area of fill around the mouth of the driveway where it meets Allen Road. And for a little bit of context, I just colored up a site plan a little bit here. This is our site. It's actually 3 parcels that are owned by the Broadmerkles. These 2 are really what we care about because they have wetlands on them. This one's also in common ownership, but is high and dry. Allen Road out here, large wetland system here. This little pink corner here is what you're seeing in the photos. Stream shown in blue, wetland shown in green, driveway shown in brown. Right, yep. So the gist of what happened here was there was some I don't know all the details, some property dispute between the Broadmerkles and the neighbor to the south there at, I believe it was 88 Allen Road, because they were of the impression that a small portion of his driveway was on their property, which appears to be true, but in some registry research, the surveyors also turned up a driveway easement in exactly that corner there,
Yep.
which is essentially a one-to-one match for the extent of driveway that's on the neighbor's property. So I guess taking it upon himself, Mr. Broadmerkle went and attempted to relocate his driveway, not being aware that there are wetlands regulations to follow. Essentially placed this, what is about just shy of 600 square feet of fill in this corner near the top, or I guess so the bottom of the driveway. It's the lowest point on the site. He also extended the culvert pipe that carries that stream under Allen Road about 15 linear feet out from the existing point where that culvert went underground. I'm not sure if there's a great photo of that in there anywhere, but
Most of us saw it.
I'm sure. Yeah. So anyway, we put together this restoration plan, and I apologize that it came in on short notice. Assuming that nobody has really had time to digest this, I figured I'd just run through it quickly. The gist is full restoration. What we're planning to do here is remove all of the fill material that was placed, remove that culvert pipe extension piece. It's about 15, maybe 18 feet, 15 or 18 feet. All this comes out, gets restored to match sort of the surrounding grade, and gets seeded with a native wetland seed mix. So as far as enforcement orders go, it's relatively straightforward. Because we don't have a good reference for topography from before the work, there's not a topographic site plan that I'm aware of that shows the contours before the work. The contours we're showing on the plan are from whatever the date of that survey is. I believe it was June or July of this year, after the work was done. So really the best reference we have is the soil conditions underneath that fill material. And thankfully, I spend most of my days interpreting wetland soils, so it's relatively easy, all things considered, to know when you have reached that buried wetland soil horizon. We look for the glaring obvious one is you'll hit topsoil again below some amount of fill material. And then beyond that, we'll hit the redox and hydric soil characteristics that we expect to see in a wetland. So again, what we're proposing here is full restoration. There are a variety of details in here. I've written it basically to be excavate material until you encounter that native material very below. In lieu of hiring an engineer to create a grading plan here. And that's really the best we have to go off of at this point. And that is exactly what we're proposing to you. We would love to be able to get this work done this fall, ideally as soon as possible, while we're relatively dry. So I am happy to answer any questions that the commission may have. If you are so willing, we'd love an approval of this plan tonight, understanding that you've had almost no time to review it. But the sooner we can move this along, the better. The Broadmerkles are very eager to put this behind them.
Yeah, as are we. I appreciate the simplicity of the plan. It is a fairly straightforward restoration. My biggest question is the fill that you remove. Do you know where it came from? Somewhere else on his property?
I don't know exactly where it came from, to tell you the truth. There is a lot, there's 7 or 8 acres of upland on this site, so it very well could have come from just somewhere else on site, or possibly there was a dump truck of material brought in or something like that. I don't know the source of the fill.
And where are you going to put it when you take it out?
So the way that it's written is that material will leave your jurisdiction. Either somewhere on site, outside the riverfront area and buffer zones, or will be disposed of off-site otherwise in accordance with whatever regulations there are for those sorts of things.
Okay. Yeah, that in seating.
Yeah, I suppose on that topic.
Just a New England wetland mix.
Yep, it
Yep.
was. This whole wetland area is really quite a beautiful wet meadow, and we have no indication that there were any trees that came down, or even really shrub or brush that was removed.
True.
So
Yep.
we're keeping it simple. Our good old go-to, the New England Wetland Plants wet mix.
Yep.
And I believe there's a cut sheet of that seed mix all the way at the back of this.
Oh, is that, I didn't make it that far back. Yep, okay, yeah.
This is our
perfect.
standard. They're all,
Yep.
native, great herbaceous species.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that really, I did get a chance to skim over the document, again, appreciating its brevity.
These things have a way of sprawling, don't they?
Especially from Goddard, I'm just gonna say it.
Some of my coworkers
Like,
are verbose.
overwhelm you with information, and it's like, just, what are you gonna do? Okay,
So are you going to be overseeing the excavation to determine when they hit?
So
those topsoils?
typically, yes, that's what we recommend. I believe it's in maybe one of those first paragraphs.
Yeah, I was looking at removal of fill and fresh and
Yeah, right under the B header, the section B header, supervision.
Oh, okay.
Just says, shall be supervised by a qualified wetland scientist. We would expect that would be us, right below the
Got
intro
it.
section.
Got it.
right there.
Okay. Cool.
We would expect that would be us. I suppose another
Yeah.
firm would suffice as well. But
Yeah, but I mean, you're already on board. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
but you've not actually been contracted to do that for them.
we have a time and materials budget.
Okay. Okay, I just,
So that is not written out as a line item, but we have scope to continue working with them.
okay, good. All right. Does anybody have anything else about this?
I just think to your question, I would want to know where the material came from too. Because if it's gonna stay on the property, we should know where it came from.
Okay, so.
Can you just get us that
Yeah,
information?
absolutely. I can certainly get you that information.
We have a bylaw about snow importation, don't we?
At the time that this happened, I don't know that the old bylaw was, we have a new
Okay.
bylaw.
Okay.
Yeah, we were kind of in between
Right on
bylaws
the-
for a little while.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah, and I can't imagine with all of the equipment that he has and property that he has that it came from anywhere other than his yard.
We should verify though, I think
Yep,
you're right.
100%.
That would be my assumption. I don't know for a fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can certainly ask.
Yeah, that would be great. So, what you need us to vote on is to approve the restoration plan, and we can make it contingent on the answer that we get.
Yeah, so.
About where the soil.
I guess for my clarity, if it came from on-site, is it okay to stay on-site?
Yes.
You know, okay.
Yep,
If it came from off-site, it should go off-site.
yes,
Okay, got it. I think
Yep.
that's fair.
okay.
And also, I don't know your MO on this. Will you revise the enforcement order to reference this? What's, just for my own understanding?
That's a fair question. We don't do a lot of these, so I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes the most sense to revise the enforcement order to.
Since there's not like an order of conditions coming
Exactly,
with it, right?
yes.
So I've had that done for other projects, and it seems to work. It streamlines things
Right.
to reference this in the enforcement order, leave that enforcement order in place
Right.
until it's done.
I would also like some sort of deadline
Okay,
that if the work isn't done by then, that you come back and let us know why.
okay.
What is a reasonable expectation for the work?
And I mean, the goal is to make it happen by the time the ground freezes, for sure, this fall.
Okay.
I have not confirmed with the Broad Merkles that is a reasonable timeline on their end.
Okay.
That would be my goal. So if we want to write it in as, before the ground freezes this year, And if that doesn't happen for whatever reason, we come and have a conversation with you about why that isn't possible.
Okay.
I think might be a reasonable way to go about that.
Okay.
If that's okay with the
Do you want to
commission.
say December 1st?
Sure. I think that sounds about right.
Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah, I mean, I would even go end of year. I mean,
I'd be okay with that.
The end of the year?
Yeah.
December
Yeah, we
31st?
First freeze gets later and later, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
It's usually
Yeah.
not until January now, so
Yep.
We get plenty of frost, but the ground doesn't freeze sometimes still. Yeah.
Right.
if at all.
Right.
Yeah.
We good till,
Yeah, I just don't know if the seed is gonna languish, but most of that
Right.
stuff needs stratification anyway.
Yeah, that's my thought on that is a lot of the species do need stratification. So there is some validity to that. At the very least, the seed will go down and be ready first thing in the spring.
Yep. It'll
Right.
emerge long before we do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I mean, obviously sooner would be better, but I mean,
Absolutely.
Right.
might as
Absolutely.
well give you the full season so you've got it if you need it.
Yeah,
Right.
I know they've spent more money than they ever intended to on a surveyor and me, so
right.
bearing that in mind,
Yeah.
but I think by the end of the year is a reasonable imposition by the commission.
Right.
That's a good.
So, right, and as the soils are being removed, they're not going to, let's assume that they came from the property,
Mhm.
then as they're removed, they will be spread. They won't be stockpiled anywhere.
Right, sure.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep,
If
yep.
we want to add something like that to the enforcement order, by
Right.
all means. I'm not sure that that's explicitly written in my
Right, well,
plan.
that's what I was just kind of looking, and I can't imagine doing it any other way, but lots of things happen in the world these days that I
Right.
never imagined, so, okay. Does somebody want to make a motion to approve the wetlands restoration plan dated September 15th, 2025, including the conditions that we have discussed?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask you to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Thank you very much, folks. We'll
So
get
we-
this underway for you.
Excellent, thank you so much. And we will amend the enforcement order and send you a copy.
Beautiful.
And you will get us our answer about the soil.
Yes, I will.
All right.
And you'll keep us up to date of the.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy to shoot you an email when we're
Yeah.
planning on doing it
That
or
would be
whatever else.
perfect.
Just keep you in the loop
Yep.
as we're moving along here.
Yep,
Great.
AJ likes to come by.
Sounds good. I'll see you there.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
I suppose I should take my poster.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, we got the
Yeah, you got
foldable
a few.
copies.
Yeah.
You're good on hard copies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, folks.
Here for the file also.
Okay. Would we like to skip ahead in the agenda to get our last person out of here?
Let's do
Yes, yes. Poor kid has to go to school in the morning. All right, so that
Right.
is number 14. All right, how you doing?
Yeah, how are you?
Good.
To introduce myself for the.
Sure.
My name's Ishan Naik. I've taken it a couple times now. I'm approaching my Eagle Scout. I'm a Boy Scout in Northborough, and my Eagle project is a 54-foot-long bridge off the trailhead on Linden Street to Mount Pisgah. So, just for those who don't already know, it's an area that pretty commonly floods with very minimal rain.
Yep.
Ruins the ground for hiking. People have begun to stack like logs and sticks on the side to go around it, and it's trampling over a lot of the stuff on the side of the trail.
There's also a braid. Like people have like gone way off
Yeah.
trail and
Oh,
made
really?
a braid off to the side. This will also serve the new Lyman parking area.
Oh, perfect.
So it goes because those both
Good, they
meet that
intersect
same
right
area,
there,
and
yeah.
it's right before, it's right after those intersect that this bridge would be going in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We've met and discussed, and I helped him plan it.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
My printer did conk out today after 12 years. So I was going to make copies of this, and then I went to go print it, and it decided to finally shut down. So I apologize. I only have one copy of
Do you wanna make
this
a copy?
archaic sketch.
Yeah, we can make.
Thank you, guys.
It's not that archaic. I still use graph paper.
Yes.
Right.
But-
So while Julia's making some copies of that, though, if you want to kind of continue to describe your project.
In terms of timeline, it's very similar to the gentleman before me. Basically, I age out in March, but I would like to get this done basically by mid-November, just to avoid waiting through winter and having this project go on any longer than it needs to be. So we've devised about 3 work days would be necessary to build it. Our first work day would be going through the trail, clearing out the sticks that people have set off to the side. There's a tree, basically, when you see the plan, there's a bend in the bridge that goes around a tree. So we need to figure out, we have helical piles that drive into the ground as supports. So we need to figure out how far away those need to be in order to get away from the roots of that tree. Our second and third work day, we'll just be building the bridge, bringing in lumber. I talked with the Northborough Trails Commission, and they have offered to use the police station as an area where we can cut the lumber to bring it in, so we won't need to use the parking lot in front of the trail. I think I'm rambling on.
No, you're doing good.
And actually, yeah, we're adding a new parking lot that I think would be a lot more level getting to that spot.
It would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely want to use that as your staging area, the new parking. It's right around the corner
Okay.
on Lyman.
Maybe.
And construction has started, so.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh, good. It
That's
will-
good to know.
Yeah,
we'll get to
We'll get to
that. Yep.
Okay, but in terms of fundraising, the Northborough Trails Commission was unable to provide funds as the project will be in Berlin. So our lumber will come about to around 1,600, including fasteners, helical piles, and any other. Northborough Trails has offered up their tools and equipment, so that won't be a cost factor in, but as a safe estimate, I would say it would end up being around $2,000, and it could go higher depending on if there are any bad pieces of lumber that we get. That was fast. Thank you very much. So
And what are you using for lumber?
we're using pressure treated, so
It's
Hmm.
the way to go. There's not really any other option.
yeah.
It is going to be above grade because it's on the helical piles.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So, yeah,
it'll
won't be in
last longer
contact.
and
Yeah.
won't be in direct contact.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just going to point out, I haven't touched this drawing in a while because I had it on my computer, but just as a note, on the bottom drawing when it says cement blocks, we're not doing that. We're just going to take rocks from the surrounding area
Great.
and use it. And then also, it's kind of weird to describe, on the 16-foot section, the one that bends, there is a beam in the middle. It is not going to be included just because I changed. I was going to use 2 10x8s or 2 by 10x8s, but we decided to go with a 16-footer
Okay.
to completely eliminate that.
Sure.
So,
Why
yeah.
why change from cement blocks to
Less obtrusive, easier.
They don't have
get
to lug
done.
them in.
They also don't have to lug them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
assuming you can find the, you know,
Rocks?
Yeah.
this is New England.
Yeah.
It is New England, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep.
fine.
And then also we will be using 32-inch helical piles. So in terms of funds, again, around 1,600 in lumber, and then comes about to 2,000. This is for you guys, so any funds are appreciated. No funds is understandable. I was thinking maybe around like $800 would come to about like a third of the cost. We are getting funds through fundraising and donation from other sources. I'm talking to the NEMBA.
Yep.
I am going to speak to the Lions Club, and I'm going to talk to a couple of organizations in Northborough. So the burden is not on you guys whatsoever.
Yeah.
But any sort of help would be much appreciated.
Does Lowe's or
I was gonna
National
say, I
Lumber?
would
And
talk
a 10%
to.
discount.
They'll give you
Oh,
a
that's
10%
it?
discount. That's all
Yeah.
they do. Which Lowe's or National?
think it's Lowe's. I was talking with the Northborough Trails Committee, and they were saying that.
And they're
they
gonna give the
usually-
discount on lumber because typically they don't, but that's terrific.
Yeah, for an Eagle project,
Yeah,
they,
that's
the Northborough Trust Commission said they've usually given a discount for lumber for Eagle projects.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'd look at that. I would also talk to National Lumber.
Yeah, right
They've-
here in town.
They've been
in the
bought
center
out,
of town.
so I don't know what their management situation is like. But they're also like a giant company. So I mean, it could be that they're just like, sure,
Yeah.
Right.
you should find out. They might be able to do at least a portion of it, or at least give you a substantial, discount as well.
All right.
I would ask both of them if they would donate some lumber. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
worth asking. It's not,
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
and even if they say, oh, we'll only do a 10% discount, at least you asked.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Even if and you could do something like, the cull pile, right? The stuff that they can't sell, or they don't want to sell, but you're looking for a 4-foot section of 4x6, which is usually not used in this way. Like it's usually in
Yeah.
longer pieces that you would use 4x6. So that might help you out.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
Okay. So, I mean, if everybody is in agreement, what I would recommend we do is the same thing we did. We helped the library with a story trail that they're doing. Is go to your other sources first, and then we will help you make up the difference of
Okay.
what you don't get.
Yeah.
Because we can't use wetlands funds for this.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a wetlands project.
Yeah,
I assume
absolutely.
we can use
Yeah,
wetlands
I would think
funds.
so.
And we have a hard time spending that money.
Yeah.
So, but so go to your other sources first, see what you can get, and then we can help you make up the difference.
All right. Yeah. Thank
Okay?
you.
Because we definitely want to help support this project, and appreciate your efforts.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Good deal.
Thank you.
thanks
All
for
right.
coming in.
One more
Oh,
thing.
wait.
Since the fuse is kind of short on this, could we expect to see you at the October meeting? The first
Yes. Yes.
It's
I'll
October
use
1st?
the next 2 weeks to reach out to
Is
my
that-
other sources
Great.
and come back.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
So if you could put this back on the agenda for the next meeting,
Thank you.
and we'll see if we can actually. Do you have anything else scheduled with a time yet?
No.
Let's, Ishan, if we put you on at 7:15,
Yep.
that
That'd
would be
great.
good.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
You're welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
And you signed in, eh?
Yes.
Yep.
I just did that.
Awesome.
Take your ears out.
Do you want that?
Sure. I already got it in the email, but
Yeah. And now you can color it or whatever. I know. All right. Where are we? Oh, yeah.
Yes, we are at 231 Sawyer Hill Road.
Oh, fun. I drive by that every day.
Yeah.
At least twice a day.
Drive that often on Sawyer
at-
Hill. I try to avoid Sawyer Hill.
I live on Sawyer Hill.
Oh.
You come
That's
from
hard to
that
miss.
direction though? You don't go
Yeah. Yeah, I go to 495 to the Pike
Yeah.
Yeah.
to get into the city. So
It's a bummer.
I'm also doing that on the way in at like 5:30 to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. It's
So
still dark.
it's not too busy.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. It's more the road condition than it.
It's a lot better. They paved a big chunk of it.
That's
They
true.
repaved a big chunk of
Yeah.
it. So
They took the whew out.
I don't know, that
though.
part's kind of- I remember that.
I
Yeah.
missed that. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was more fun in the Chevy than it is in my tiny van, though.
Sure. Yeah.
The full-size truck handled that a lot better.
Yep.
Anyway.
So the only update that I have is I had a Zoom meeting yesterday with town council and Kristen, the town administrator, about this project, and an attorney, a different attorney that was here, but I'm assuming from the same firm, contacted Kristen to kind of see where we stand, if they do not want to do the survey that we asked them to do. And right, so and wanted to see if there was anything
that we would consider in lieu of.
Such
I feel like
as?
that was very generous to
Correct.
only ask for that.
Correct.
Especially because
Um,
they could eyeball the plans and tell that they were well in
Yeah.
the
Correct.
conservation restriction.
So I have sent the CR, including the maps, to town council, as well as the two letters that we wrote to the property owner, and a copy of. I sent 4 things. Oh, because the CR and the map were 2 different files. And I have asked her to confirm that that she agrees with our reading of the CR. So once we hear back from her, we will go as far as we need to go. Especially if everyone agrees with that strategy.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we have to. Why put
Why
a
would we have a
CR?
CR and then not enforce it?
Correct.
Well, and it has to be uniform for everybody. not-
Correct.
And
And it's our responsibility to protect. We've been entrusted with this this document, and we've been in good faith that we will follow it, no matter how many years later how many years have passed.
I also find it very amusing that he was so flabbergasted. The lawyer that was here was so flabbergasted that we might ask them to remove what was done.
Right.
And I'm just like, try working in the trades, dude. 'Cause if you
Seriously.
mess up on
Yep.
something at a
Happens all the
building
time.
project, they'll just tell you to return it to conditions.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's just up to them, and you have almost no recourse.
Right.
Like, welcome to the party.
Yeah. Yeah. This is not a ask for forgiveness, not
Yeah,
permission
that doesn't
kind
work.
of
No.
situation.
Absolutely not.
Right. So, so that's my update on that.
Especially because they had knowledge of.
Well,
this
and
fire.
that was, and that I, explained to town council our history about with the property owner and them knowing that, us being very clear as to where we thought the line was.
Yeah.
And if they feel that that line is different, it is on them to prove that.
Yeah.
Right. So they should have done the survey before they started to build this thing.
100%.
But they were just trying to get away with it.
Yep.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yep. So there we go.
There's that update.
Good times.
I'm telling you.
All right. Next up, we have the CPA funding opportunity.
Yeah, so everybody is aware of how the housing trust is funded? Yes, no.
Not really.
So CPA last year, and it is expected that it will become an annual ask, gives the not gives, but it's voted on at town meeting and everything, but that they get a lump sum of money to hold onto to be used as they see fit. And apparently it is also possible for us to do that.
Really?
For open space, it would have to go into the open space and follow all of the open space rules and everything.
So how long are they allowed to hold on to it? Like
For good.
just until they find something they like?
Yeah, or whatever project
Yeah.
they have, or
Yes, please.
obviously within the confines of what is allowed for
Yeah.
housing authority. So that is a thing that we can do.
That would make it a lot easier with some of these land.
Certainly, yeah, with timing of buying projects, buying. I think that's me.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
I
nonprofit.
turn mine off.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it is, yeah. So, we have about a month, I think. Think about the timing. I should pay better attention to things sometimes.
It seems like this is about the time of year, though, if I remember correctly.
So there is going to be a special town meeting.
Yeah.
The CPA in December. I have it in my calendar already.
I do not.
No, November 17th. Yeah. This may be something that the CPA committee would want us to bring to the annual town meeting to vote on, just because that tends to be better attended.
Are you still on CPA?
I am. Yep.
Is that something you guys typically? Would?
This would be the first time. I mean, I know the Housing Trust one last year was the first one we did, but we did it at the annual town meeting. So my guess is that they would want us to do it for the annual town meeting. But if we want to submit an application for the fall town meeting, we can do that. And then if they're like, how about you hold off, then we do that.
So we just put in a request for some amount of money that we can use it for open space.
That would go
Type
into
work.
the open space account, yes.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, my recommendation, just because we don't know how it's gonna be received at town meeting, is that we make it a rather small request.
How much did the housing trust?
They get $100,000.
Oh, okay. I was thinking
But-
like $1 million.
Yeah, no.
I guess I'm a little off.
No,
there.
yeah.
Never mind.
I mean, that would be real money that you could
Right.
actually do something effective with when
Yeah.
it comes to housing. But if you do that, for 10 years, then
Right, but they also have other funding sources. They have legacy money from the mall, from Highland Commons. They have a bunch of other money that was under the housing partnership
Okay.
that has now been rolled into the housing trust. So it's not their only money.
pardon my ignorance, but how can open space funds be used?
To buy open space.
Okay.
Yeah, literally.
Oh,
Like
well, we
that's
should
it.
probably ask for a decent amount of money then,
So
within reason.
right. So two things. Like the housing trust, the 10% that they get is only theirs. We split our pool with rec.
Right.
How much
And
does CPA have now?
I don't know 100%, but I think it's around 2 million between everything, right? So that's not all ours, and I can find out. I feel like there's the number 57,000 in the conservation recreation bucket comes to mind, but that could be 3 times ago.
Yeah. Does it work that the CPA gets like $2 million a year from that fund and then they give it out, or is that like a fund that they hold on to and then they dole it out as needed?
So the way it works is there's the surcharge on the property tax, which comes to about $250,000 a year,
Oh, it's on that.
and then the state matches a certain amount
That's right.
depending on what's in the state trust fund, which is funded primarily from a surcharge on registry of deed filings. So when the real estate market was crazy and like people were buying and selling like
Yeah.
crazy, there was a ton of money. And so every year they calculate how much money they have. More cities and towns opt in every year, a couple every year. The legislature has put money in, but not every year. So that's kind of an iffy thing. Generally, we get between what we raise and what we get matched around $500,000 a year. 10% of that is dedicated for housing. 10% is dedicated for historical, and then 10% is recreation and open space shared.
Historical gets 10%?
Yep. And then the other 70% gets put into kind of a general fund to be drawn from by any of those groups.
Okay.
Only those 4?
Only those 4, that the money can only be used for those 4 purposes, and there are parameters on that as well. So, I would like to start conservatively if we decide to do something at first, just to kind of get a read of where the support level is for this.
What's your idea of conservative?
On the low end, 25 grand. On the high end, between 25 and 50.
You don't think we'd get 100?
I don't. Not right now. There's a bunch of rec projects that are still kind of hanging in the air, and I don't want to look like we're trying to take all of the money away from them and tuck it away.
What are their projects that are hanging out there?
I know, I will let you know. They're supposed to be coming to the next meeting with their newest project.
Okay.
Who's doing
Well,
the
that's good.
sidewalks?
Next
Hold on one
CPA
sec.
meeting.
What?
Who's doing the sidewalks in the center of town? Is that rec or no?
That is not
highway?
rec. No, that's a program that the town is involved with called Complete Streets.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And you were
So if we're gonna go forward with a proposal, do we have to, or it seems to me advisable that we would have a project or 2 or 3 in mind. Is there any open space?
Right, well, that's the other
To
reason why
acquire
I think
and-
we should be conservative, because we don't really have anything in the pipeline right now.
Can we
There-
use it for maintenance in open space? Okay, just a acquisition.
Correct. Yep.
I would say we should go for at least 50.
I agree.
And you're going to get up at town meeting and ask for that?
We have $2 million
If
sitting
rec is-
there. It's like, use it. Like, what
Right,
good
but
is it
it's
just
not
to-
all ours,
I
and
know,
that's the
but
thing. You know, and
a quarter of it's
I
ours. Or should be.
right. I want to be sensitive to the fact that it is not all ours.
I know, but
And-
like to have $2 million sitting there not being used, you know, I mean, granted, like to your point, we don't have a land to buy, but
Right, and there are definitely things that we've got our eyes on, and should those
Yeah.
go, you know, that, like, it would be nice. That's why, and some of them, I think, especially one in particular, I think is going to be a little bit more long-term, so that if we start building our reserves slowly, I feel like we have time to build up our money without siphoning off all of the money in CPA that's available.
I don't know. I guess it's just kind of annoying to know that like our tax dollars are sitting there not being used to benefit the community. Like we've
Sure.
opted into this program, and to not use the money to benefit the community just
Yeah,
seems
but also, why spend it just because it's there, right? If you can store it up, if a big project does come up, we wouldn't have to bond it. We wouldn't have to, as we said when we were presenting it for the vote at town meeting, it's a savings account, not a credit card.
yeah.
2 million sounds like a lot of money till a really genuinely big project comes up, and then
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's
know
where
that.
like 50 grand is like, all right, why bother? Well,
yeah,
that's
yeah, that's the thing.
right.
50 grand is
In
in that context. That's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
as a
that's not even
percentage.
like, even if we got 50 grand a year for the next 10 years, that's still
Not even
might
Right.
not do anything for
Right,
us.
so let me do this. Let me find out how much is in the open space rec pot. And then we can decide on our number based on that.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that would help to have that context.
Yeah.
What's in our open space account right now?
78,000
Yeah,
and
for buying land,
change.
that's
Right,
almost nothing
correct.
these days.
Right, exactly. So,
Yeah.
and that is definitely how I would, like, we're trying to build up our reserves so that when a big project comes up, we're not siphoning off all of the money in CPA.
Yeah.
And, like, the very first vote, we asked for $500,000.
But
And
to your point, though, like if the purpose is to have it set aside and ready to go, it's not necessarily that we're asking for it and just going to blow it on anything. It's just that so it's available for us to use and has been pre-approved.
correct, but because it's a shared pot.
I know.
I'm just,
I feel like we have a good piece of that.
Sure, that it's
Yeah.
certainly
More than 50
we validly have a portion of that, but we don't have all of it.
I get
exactly.
that, but I do think it would be nice for CPA to discuss, like, if they're going to allow for stuff like this, and there's only 4 groups that can dip into that, like, what is a reasonable amount for groups to set aside for this purpose? Because I would think that $100,000 isn't much for the housing trust either, and they would probably want more.
And
So-
they may very well once they start getting more projects going as well.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to find their footing, trying to find, where they're going to be able to make a difference.
But I think just given the timeline of how long it takes for these approvals with town meeting and stuff like that,
100%.
for them and for us, it would be nice to have the money allocated and sitting in our account ready to go when
Right.
we have a project.
Right.
Yeah, especially like land acquisition,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
something that wants
absolutely.
to move
We
quicker.
were
Yeah.
so fortunate with Powder House Hill or Carter Street that the people selling the property were willing to wait the 9 months that it took from them
Yeah.
agreeing to town meeting approval.
Yeah.
And we know that's not going to always be the case.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why it would be unfortunate if the housing trust and us, if we missed out on opportunities because the money wasn't a reasonable amount
Because
of
we
money.
have to
wasn't-
wait for town
yeah,
meeting,
Right.
Yeah.
to do something.
Especially when the money's essentially just sitting in another account that is there for us to use.
I'm going to let you get up and talk.
May I ask a couple of questions?
You may.
How would it be to do a look back, 10 years maybe, and see what open space expenditures we had and kind of prorate that with the idea of it giving us some guideline? And of course, something may come up unexpectedly, then we're prepared. But that might give us some idea what is fair and reasonable to ask for.
Well, wasn't our last purchase
Over $1 million.
So I mean, like,
And
that's
that
why-
was the first one that was ever that much money.
Yeah.
yeah.
Typically, they're
You know,
not going to
and
be.
right. Well, or have times changed enough
Yeah.
that typically they are going to be.
No.
You know what I mean? It that was 100 acres. There are very few parcels that big anymore. So it
Except the Rainville Farm, I don't know of any that would possibly
right.
come before us.
Right. So it's trying to balance what we think our needs would be versus the realistic expectation of what we might need.
And the second piece I had to,
Yep.
before we get
Yep.
off of this is there any private land associated with the rail trail that might be something that we end up having to purchase, or would that just simply be the state?
So that's where it's tough to say because that whole section west of Coburn Road,
Yep.
we don't know what the path is going to be. You could
It's a
go.
mess.
They all suck. Like there's a million different ways to go, and they're all terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Some less so than others,
Yeah.
but
but
yeah,
like,
Some
yeah,
some better in one way, but worse in another way. and,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But is there the potential for the purchase of,
my
or a
hope
land
is,
swap of private land?
my hope is that the
Yes.
state ends up paying for the land for whatever ends up
right,
being
like
needed.
Craig was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
the
Thank
short
you.
answer though is yes, there is the possibility of that, because there are parcels that have been erroneously sold to private owners, and there's a couple places where that might be very beneficial to have a not insubstantial amount of money around to buy those parcels,
Right.
if they're even willing to sell.
Right. Right. So, I mean, but again, that's how many years down the road
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
not as far as we think.
for
Who
the
knows?
other side of Five Corners?
Yeah, that side is going to probably be a while.
Right. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
again, kind of building up our reserve. And even if we don't get $1 million, but we get enough money to give it a deposit to then wait for town meeting. That's always a
Yeah.
potential also.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just not sure what the support level will be for us doing this, and so I would like our first request to be more conservative.
We can always bump it up next year.
We can always bump it up next year. Yeah,
But-
if we find it's, supported.
Well, let's also find out the context of like how much.
Yeah.
is,
Yep, how much is in that pool?
Yeah, and then having some idea of how much rec might want to use and stuff like that would help too, and maybe have a discussion with them about it.
They're coming
Right.
in on the 1st
Oh.
of October. You said rec is coming into our meeting?
No?
Oh,
Oh,
I missed you.
What did I say?
I think you were talking about the CPA meeting.
Oh, yes, CPA meeting. The next
Oh.
CPA meeting, I have heard that there is supposed to be a proposal presented by REC.
okay.
When is that? When is that meeting? Sorry, I keep
On a
asking you
Tuesday.
dates.
Can I raise
Before the
a
first.
little point?
You may.
Thank you. Well, I went to the most recent town meeting, as a courtesy, being nominated. I thought that was only the right thing to do. So I waited all the way through the end of the meeting, and I said, look, I'm still new. I haven't lived here 20 years. But when we go through such precision with all the work that I've watched this commission do and the time we've been here, and I think that's reflected in many ways. But why do we have 2 dilapidated greenhouses? Maybe there's more than that. Isn't there? Where I lived before, I thought I left all that behind in northern Kentucky and southern
Right.
Indiana.
I mean, the reality is that
And-
they're on private land, though.
Well, environmental. There has to be issues safety ishes. Now, again, I know there's political realities. We have people who've lived here for 7 generations.
Yeah.
Or, George Washington came to dinner there. Everybody's heard those analogies. But I said, you know what? Isn't there a way to take a fresh look at all this?
Sure.
And they seemed, they politely listened. And I said I wasn't coming here with a demand letter, but I mean, again, look at it. Why is it so inconsistent? And why couldn't conceivably we could frame, even though it may not be a huge parcel, but say, look, if that doesn't meet environmental, the legal, and there are certainly ordinances. I've only done a small amount of research since doing that. They encouraged me to bring that in.
Sure.
So why not think about it as a parcel? And if it's something that could be resolved with the offer to purchase at a song, because it's only going to help the value of that property, even if it was sliced away by our purchase. I certainly don't. I just say it conceptually, but maybe that's another way. Not thinking such as a grand purchase, but certainly gets rid of a blight that is so inconsistent with the rest of our beautiful community.
Right.
So.
Does
Hold
that,
it.
that abuts the rail trail?
Where is this one?
Mo's.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
I just saw a sign there
62.
that's, what is it, 5.5
Up for
acres?
sale?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
selling
Yeah.
5.5 acres.
So what are they asking for that?
That's gotta be a fortune.
Probably $1 billion.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
They-
that's a prime property right off the highway,
Well,
that's probably zoned.
It's zoned residential agricultural, and there is, the Chedco CR is on easily half of it.
Oh, okay, so never mind, it's
And
not worth as much as,
there's wetlands that
okay,
affect about a third of it.
okay.
But a properly worded ordinance could certainly bring condemnation, a cleanup order. Things are done in thousands of communities across the
Right.
country.
Yeah.
And, it doesn't look like, it's not a, a Superfund site. I mean, don't think there wasn't a chemical plant there. But, and not that we have kids that necessarily go and play in those areas, but I mean, it just seems so out of character with everything
West
else
Street?
this community
Right.
tries to do.
Yeah.
So I was
Central.
pleased they at least had an open
Yeah.
mind about it. So I don't know, again, it's just maybe to hold that thought. And I like your 50. I don't know why I felt the same figure, 50. I kind of like
Yeah,
that number
we
too.
can.
Oh, we would-
We can revisit that.
I'm used to
once-
bigger numbers.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just thinking $1 million was kind of conservative.
Well, that has any basis in reality, I have no idea. But,
Right.
again, I stand by my colleague here.
Yeah,
So what property are we talking about?
they're talking about Moe's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's two. Well, I drive by two every everybody does, right? So,
Yeah.
The other one's next to Oak Street, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. The prior owners of that property had kind of commercial greenhouses in the back and then sold stuff in the front. And then somebody else owned it and actually put up that greenhouse that's on Oak Street.
I remember it being open.
And then like a tree fell on it or something,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
they sold it, and that's kind of all I know
Right.
about that.
Right.
I'm not really sure why they choose to leave it that way.
right.
So-
And then with my 6-year-old granddaughter, we go walking along Highland, and says, "Poppy, you think there's any toys left in that Toys R Us?" And I said, "Well, sweetheart, I think that ship
I don't
was
know.
sailed, but I don't think we're."
I don't
gonna
know
go.
what they keep in there now, but they used to have my chicken food in
I was
there.
gonna say, I see a chicken feed out of there.
And I said, I said, well, should this be it? Why would they leave it there? And I said, well, you know what? We'll raise that question politely and see
Yeah.
where it goes.
Yeah, it's additional dry storage.
So,
Yep.
out of the mouth of babes, I mean,
Yeah.
what can you do? But anyhow,
Yep.
I think it's an exciting opportunity. So
it's not currently for sale.
Really?
Yeah.
I forget who the broker was.
There's a sign.
Yeah. I'll have to look
930,000.
Yeah.
For 5 acres.
According to Zillow.
Boy, I don't know.
It's insane.
That's
With
probably
that
not what
CR
condition
on the
it's in, I
wetlands.
think.
The place is in rough shape. I think.
Yeah.
I think they're just. It's Zillow. So I don't
Yeah.
think-
Yeah,
I was
it's
gonna
an
say,
algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
not
it's
valuing
this
the
far
real-
to the highway, it's on
Yeah.
a main street, it's
Yeah,
this
yeah.
size, it's, yeah.
Yeah, it probably doesn't.
It
realize the
requires
condition.
200 and maybe $300,000 worth of work.
Oh, I think that's conservative.
Just to demo it.
Just to clean it up.
Yeah,
yeah, really.
yeah. Okay, so I have my homework about that. I will find out what's in that fund, and then I will also find out and retain the deadlines for special town meeting applications, should we decide to do that.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Moving on.
That's
Next.
it? So, there's more.
Yep.
There's more.
This is Solomon Pond has an order of conditions from the 90s, and
Oh,
they're
wow.
selling the property and never got their certificate of compliance. So I'm going to look into whether it was just never recorded or if they never put a request in. And
Probably never put a request in.
Yep.
We run across that often.
Yes.
Interesting that they're selling.
Yeah, it's been for sale for a while.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
It's interesting that they have a buyer. Well, they may not have a buyer. They may just be doing this
Yeah.
in preparation.
Yeah.
Yeah, cleaning things up.
I don't know who would want to buy that.
If you could also find and circulate the order of conditions.
Sounds good.
I can't imagine we're going to do a sidewalk,
Probably.
but you never know if there's something
After
in there
hours,
that.
that'd be kind of
People that are
fun.
there,
Right?
somebody in their company, do the Texas two-step thing. And,
Yeah, bring your credit card.
Don't mind me.
Okay.
Just ask for some movie tickets, right?
Yeah. So, but you know, if there's anything in the order that is blatantly different, then we can address that. But just due diligence,
Sounds good.
that would be great. And that is probably in one of those spots.
Yes. I was like, I'm not finding that one on the laptop.
Nope.
And they're sending someone in on the first.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
All right.
do you think?
10 Bigelow Road, Maddie mentioned when she came in, which was nice, that it looks like they've started removing the trees. The agreement that we reached with them is they can remove the trees, put their erosion controls in. We will do a site walk, make sure their erosion controls are good in order to give them permission to remove the stumps. So it sounds like they've started the cutting, which they did let us know. And last meeting they let us know would be in a few weeks. So they're on the timeline that they
And
said.
refresh my memory, they had requested clearing that back area and we pushed back, and I believe they have decided to not do that.
I believe that is correct. I'm fairly certain that is
Right.
correct, yes.
Yep, okay.
And what are they clearing it for?
The future.
Cool. Great.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, which is why we pushed back on them clearing more than they absolutely need to.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking like the stump removal too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's always a mess.
yeah, it's ugly. Cool.
Land acquisition, I don't have anything there. Land management, trail maintenance. AJ has been busy.
Go ahead first.
Oh, you want me to talk?
Well, did you?
I'm pretty shy.
I know. So I saw your email saying that you didn't have any quotes. Did you see the email from Paul? He got the email with the color samples,
Right.
but for whatever reason there weren't any words with it.
I sent that. I replied to that with, and something
Okay.
came in while we were sitting here, and I didn't look at it. So let me see what he said. Here's Carol. The estimates come from Sign Logic, but they also are also on Intuit. I didn't know.
So you
We were
mean,
sent in the morning, so she
Yeah.
may have sent them, but not under.
right? So Intuit is QuickBooks, and
So
you
they-
maybe thought it was an ad and deleted it.
I haven't deleted anything in about 2 years.
It might have gone to.
We
It might have,
we need to talk.
it might have gone to a spam
Let's just
folder.
push that
Right.
forward.
Yeah.
to next
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
And as soon as I get them, I'll send them out. So,
Okay.
but this sign is rotted out,
Yeah.
and the letters are peeling off, as you can see, and corroded and so on. The other sign, cracked and broken,
Growing.
illegible in places. So I asked for an estimate on that.
Right. So these are the two signs that you're talking about,
And-
with them about.
yeah.
Okay.
At Berlin Meadows.
Okay.
This sign, this one I replaced everything.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see.
About a month ago. More than that, because I had a helper with me on that one. This one, you can see, it was two pieces of 2x4 kind of sandwiched together.
Oh, lovely.
And I straightened it as much as I could, but this thing is driven in the ground crooked, so it was pretty hard to get that vertical exactly, but my level was pretty close. So I replaced this scab together piece with a very nice mahogany post that the previous owner of my property left behind.
Oh, schmancy.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was either going to go on the lathe or find a home. Anyway,
Awesome. Well, thank you very
Yeah,
much for
that's
doing that.
Looks
kept me
great.
out of the tavern one more day.
Yeah.
And here is the
Oh, yeah.
draft that was circulated with the comments that you made.
And some changes that were suggested.
But these are basically what is on the existing list.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, the only difference is instead of contacting the police department,
Right.
they don't want calls about conservation stuff. They want users to contact the Conservation Commission.
Right.
So that's a change.
And then you generated the QR code that goes right to our website,
To
our page
email.
on the
To
web.
it opens
Oh.
an
It
email
opens, like, if you
with the
scan it, it
address.
opens like directly into your inbox.
Nice.
Do we want one with the website?
So we might as well,
Okay.
right? Because the website has trail maps on it.
Mhm.
So we could do one and,
On
right,
each
so
side.
scan to send an email. I didn't read the words, right? And then another one, scan for a trail map. And it can go right to the website with the trail map for that property.
Yeah.
That would be
sounds
great.
Absolutely. I could add that and send you the updated one.
Right, and all I have to do is forward it on to SignLogix because they wanted this as a separate file.
Mhm.
So they got this.
Right.
Yeah. And
Yep. But I
And
can't
just
imagine
asking-
that's going to change the
No.
cost.
No.
Yeah.
Minimally anyway.
Are you putting all this together?
AJ had made the initial draft and I added the QR code in and
Okay.
can add
Is
the.
it going out as a vector graphic? Or as a bitmap? For signs like this, you want it to be in a vector graphic if at all possible. So it would be
It-
like
It goes to SignLogix, the company,
yeah,
and they print it on Signboard.
right. I understand that.
Okay.
Yep. He's talking about the.
I'm talking about the format of the file that you send them because if it's a bitmap,
Microsoft
which
Word.
That's not good.
that's not ideal.
No. That's what they asked for.
Really?
They said,
Okay.
So
send,
they
send
probably
us.
can transfer.
They'll,
I was
all
gonna say
right. So
something
they're
like
they're
this,
gonna
yeah.
they're
He
gonna
said-
format it the
He
way.
said that way I can copy it and paste it, and I
Yeah.
don't have to worry about having to respell everything correctly.
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right.
So
So,
he-
they're gonna figure it out. All right,
We've worked
good.
with them before.
Yeah,
I hope.
that's fine. I'm just
Okay.
I have a background in graphic design and photography and
If we
all
decide we don't like it, I'll send you right over there.
It's all good. I've just seen a lot of public work stuff like have
Yeah.
these really badly pixelated. Like if you see like a sign that's been printed up somewhere
Yeah.
and like it's got like the interpolation of like it looks like it's blocky. That's because they were
I
sent
mean,
a
it looks like a
bitmap.
Cybertruck.
Yeah, exactly. That means they were sent a bitmap file that was too small. So like a photograph or like a JPEG, right? File.
Yeah.
As opposed to if you're doing something like this where it's all sharp lines and it's not a photograph, you want to send a vector graphic, which is where it's really telling the computer here's a plotted map of this that you can enlarge and make and shrink and have everything stay proportional and sharp and crisp and nice. So that's why I was asking about that.
So is this the? Oh, sorry, I'm gonna cut
No,
it
no,
off.
you're good.
Is this the format that's been used like forever? Is that we're just creating the sign?
It's show them the original sign. Can you go back one? So
Yeah, it's right there.
You can
Yeah,
see it in this
this is
picture
it.
here.
Yeah. So do we want to zhuzh it up since we're remaking it, or?
well, that's why I sent out the draft, and they're making it larger than the old one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if somebody
If somebody wants to play with it,
I don't know if we need to
Zhuzh?
zhuzh up a list of.
I know, but it just
Right. Well,
it's a lot.
but I did ask certainly about the colors.
Okay.
Right, because I was
Maybe
like,
that's
is it
it,
going to
maybe.
be black and white?
Yeah.
Right. So you can the one there, you
guess
really
that does have-
can't see it that well, but it's kind
That
of
does
a,
look a little bit. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
it's the squares are overlaid on like a picture of like fall leaves or something.
No, it's literally what I gave them because that's what it looked like is a map.
Oh,
The
right.
map off of our website. It's that map as the
With-
background.
It's the
Oh,
background
okay.
with the two
Okay.
blocks on.
But
right. Yeah.
it's not a map you can read. It's just
It's
it gives
just
you
just
the,
a topo map.
Okay.
That, yeah. Yeah.
So it's not just.
It's
black
not.
and white
It's a
background.
Right. It's not black and white. Yes. No. Because I was not okay with that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
yeah. And when we
Yeah.
get the estimate, we can talk about it further.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll have some sort of mock-up.
Well, I'll ask them
And-
for it.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll send us just like
Yeah.
Yeah. Approved.
Well, Carol
Yeah.
just said in the email, I'll send it I'll send it out again tomorrow.
Perfect.
Can we show the verbiage on the sign again, please?
I don't, yeah. Okay.
The only thing would you want to consider is that the vehicles or vehicles in violation will be towed. I don't know whether that's necessary or not. But.
Please take notice.
Yep. Good point.
Yep.
I can fix that.
In both, I guess. Well, I
They're
guess
right
in both,
down
the
on
two.
both lines.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's 2 places?
2 places.
Yeah,
No
the-
parking.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You just say violators will be towed.
Yeah,
That's
either
how-
way.
that's-
Either way.
That's how they tend to do it. That'll
Okay.
not get too wordy that way.
And we have extra space on that side, but
Yeah, but not. I don't know if you want to bump it so it's getting into 3 or 4 lines on those first two. Because that's.
we could put an asterisk and
Whatever.
put that comment down there.
Sure.
Sounds good.
They'll be told to Nantucket.
All right, but awesome. Thanks for taking that on.
And
This is
another.
Oh yeah.
Ethan's project, so.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
a couple different. So these. Yeah, so that's the stone dust path.
Right, and you can see it between the treads. I
Oh,
just
that's
got
already
a
been
clever
built?
picture.
Yeah, he's already
But
put the.
here's
that's
the
really
here's
nice.
the
It looks
picture
great.
before and after
Wow.
the.
Yeah, so he carved it out and put in. I
Mhm.
think you shot those.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about 8 inches deep.
There's also.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you
4
need
feet
a
wide.
gravel base,
Yeah.
just like and then
Yeah,
and
that
then he's
looks-
doing.
oh my
yeah,
gosh, that
and
looks
that's
fabulous.
from that's. I think I shot this earlier today.
That's
Oh, you
awesome.
should. Oh, good.
I can I went by and did that, and she was able to actually put it in for today's meeting, which is great. So yeah, they're taking up the asphalt. That's the.
Oh, they have the stone dust in there.
The stone dust is
Because
in
this
now.
morning they
Yeah,
didn't. I
yeah.
took those pictures this morning.
Okay, yeah. So they've gotten the stone dust in and pulled up some of the asphalt. So yeah,
Cool.
progress is definitely being made, and they're making nice with the movie shoot that's happening across the street. So that's good.
Oh, that's actually
Yes.
happening.
I ran into them when
Oh
I
my
stopped by to
gosh.
take photos.
Is that what that lift thing
Yeah.
is for?
What's the movie?
I don't know what movie it is. I forgot
Is
to
it
ask.
the
They-
same one as downtown?
No.
Yeah,
It's a
Oh, is
horror
it the
show.
same?
the movie is a horror show, or
It's
just
no,
the whole
it's a
situation
horror,
is a horror
it's,
show.
It's not a movie. It's a show, and it's horror themed.
Oh,
That's
okay.
number 3.
Horror.
What?
Oh, what?
Super Trooper 3.
Oh. Yeah, see, I
That's
thought it
not
was
the same
something
then.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Ethan and I were there one
sounds
time,
right, yeah.
there was
Yeah, we
somebody
ran
in a
into that
cyber
same
truck,
guy. Yeah, he was
right?
there in his
and he
Cybertruck.
said, "Are you guys locals?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you think they'll let us crash a car over there?" I'm like, you really should talk to the town administrator and the select board. So not. So-
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
Go
Yep,
for it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Can
you
we
need a
crash
driver?
that?
Check out too. Right. Yeah. So, yeah.
Can we go back one?
Mm-hmm.
In addition to those pictures, this is a giant buckthorn, literally draped with
Oh,
Oriental
is that-
bittersweet,
Yep.
and it's a female buckthorn. There's a piece of it over there, but it's just loaded with berries. There are 2 such huge buckthorns in there, plus a lot of males, which are generally they're smaller. They don't have berries. That's the difference. But it's gonna that buckthorn wrench or that weed wrench is not gonna take these pieces out. And what do we do? You know, I just
Well, apparently we're not allowed to use chainsaws anymore. So
could be.
I actually want to talk to you about that.
I know. I
Yeah.
want to talk to you about it
Yeah.
too.
So the point is, are we going to dress up that new area by removing invasives? And
I wouldn't mind doing that at all.
Yeah.
I would
That
really
sounds
like
great.
Yep.
I don't know how to ID buckthorn, so I would love an education.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can help with that.
And then I will murder them all the time.
Yes, but I think that's certainly worthy.
Yeah, I mean, back in Minnesota, the people would ask, well, what kind of trees can I plant that the deer won't eat? I'd say, well, buckthorn.
You didn't.
Master Gardener's got funny questions.
Sure.
Okay, and then we can just move on because it's.
So this looks great. I'm
Oh,
glad to
boy.
know the construction has started.
Yep.
You think he'll be done
couple of weeks at most, I would think,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah,
I don't think
they're-
it's going to take them that long.
He's moving right along.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on you know, if we get him to do posts, if we get him to pour the pads, you know, there's some flexibility there.
Right.
I think we were talking about having the company that was going to do the benches do the pads, though.
Okay.
Or just do the full install. And then we might double back and do pads next to them that we were talking about for wheelchair, you know, accessibility. But yeah, so I'll meet with him at some point towards the end of his, you know, current round of work and see what he can do about at least digging the holes for the posts, so we don't have to do that.
That
'cause-
would be amazing, because that's really the hard part. And he's got the equipment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
I mean-
exciting to see this every day.
Yeah.
yeah.
We should talk to Dave.
I sent a note about that this morning,
You're the
didn't I?
best.
Yeah.
You did.
Did you?
No, not to Dave, but
Oh.
he answered me on
Us.
something else today. But I sent a note to Julia asking, should I reach out to Dave? Do we know how many feet? How many rails? 2 rails? 3 rails?
For
The fence.
For the fence, and 5/4 what we used on the last fence.
5/4 fine. 3 rails would be fine. How high do we want to go?
Well, on the last one, I think.
42 inches, 4 feet.
Oh no, I don't think we went that high, did we?
Yeah, I don't
I'll
think
go
we
out and,
went
I'll
that
go out
high.
and measure it.
Okay. I mean, ballpark is fine. You know, I mean, it's a fence.
Yeah. Yeah, it just, 42
I think I bought
probably.
12-foot posts, and we sunk them 3 feet, or 30 inches. I can't remember.
12-foot posts.
So then
We cut 'em in half.
48 So then, oh.
Okay, so,
Yeah,
so
we cut 'em in
you-
half.
6
So
foot,
six,
and then
so
you suck
3
them
feet.
30 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd end up with about 42 if you're
Yeah.
doing that. 30 inches is not enough for frost, but I don't think I feel like sinking posts 4 feet into the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. You two coordinate about that.
If I know how
he
many
can talk to
linear
Dave,
feet, I can.
Dave Smith and get.
Order the lumber up.
Linear feet ends up being 70 plus, I want to say 60.
So 130.
Approximately. Yeah, I can go back out and take measurements again. It's been a minute.
And how far apart are the posts?
What did you, well,
Are we doing 8-footers, 10-footers?
well, it's not going to be. You got to divide it. You want to divide it evenly, depending on what the layout is. So you got to do a layout on it, which I can.
So it was 75 feet, right?
It ended up being less. It
Oh.
ended up being like 60 or 65. I don't know where I got 75 feet.
Okay.
75 feet was the two sides because those are about 30. Actually, those didn't even end up being 35. Those ended up being 30. So it's 60 plus 6. So it's actually probably 120 feet. But 8 feet is fine, approximately.
So is it 60 feet or 120 feet?
It's 120 feet total. It's so it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
each leg is approximately 30 feet, and then we've got about
Back.
60 feet for the back. I need to double check that. I should have written
Okay.
that down when I
Yep.
was out there.
Yep.
And
Let's-
then it's just a matter of how long we want the posts to be. Like if they're what are they, 6 by 6? 4 by 4?
6 or 6 by 6. I think they were 4 by 6.
4 by 6. Okay. And we're doing
They're
5/4. If we're doing 5/4, we probably don't want to go any bigger than 10 feet. And 10 feet
Well,
might be pushing
it's-
it, depending on the
Right.
wood.
It depends upon how far apart you plan to put the posts, and we'll either, if they're 6 feet apart, we'll do 12-footers, and if they're 8 feet apart, we'll do 8-footers.
Right.
And they can be trimmed and sized,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And Dave doesn't do 8 feet, he does about 8.5 feet, about 100 inches,
Okay.
so, or a little more, so.
What did you guys do with the other lot?
But I have to go up there and look, because I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we
I
can
remember what
base
I
it
had for
off that
breakfast
so we
either.
get some consistency, and so it's it makes sense. There is going to be an
How about
open the trail itself leaves out the like if you're facing the parking lot, there's a corner that's going to be clipped,
Yeah.
and that's where the trail goes
Yeah,
out.
yeah. That's what, we did that up on the other one, only it's at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a gap.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'll go up and check on that other one. And Fred might remember what we ended up. I know we ended up getting. I think we got 12-foot posts and cut them in half, and that was I'll get all that measurement and I'll send it to
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Carolyn,
everybody.
Yes, dear.
should I ask about what I texted you about, or is that not relevant at this point? The tree.
Oh, yes, we can talk about that. Yes, so let's do that now before we move on to our next subject.
So a while ago, my mom came here and was talking about building a pavilion potentially on this property. She's decided she does not want to build it on this property, but she was hoping to be able to plant a tree. Anything that's native is fine with her. Dogwoods would be really great because it's a tree that means a lot to her, and they're native. But she's flexible and she just wants the ability to plant something on this property. If
Which?
I was just I'm trying to remember which property is it?
Rilla Meadows, like
Rilla
this,
Meadows, okay.
near this path where we have benches. and
Oh,
stuff
no,
like
this is at Pisgah.
This is Pisgah. This is Lyman.
that. Sorry, I meant Pisgah, not
Yeah.
No, it's fine. All good.
where this is happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds great.
yeah, and
no
maybe
problem
we
with
can plant it near the fence, like as part of,
Yeah, we can discuss, where
Yeah, I was thinking
location.
like near
Yeah,
the bench,
placement
near
is-
the fence, something
Yep.
like that, where it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
slightly more visible.
what makes
Yeah,
sense.
100%.
yeah,
That's-
yeah, we can put a little plaque there and,
Up at the Mount Pisgah on Lyman.
Lyman side.
yeah, at the
Lyman.
parking
The new
area.
Lyman parking area
Yeah.
that we,
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, I had a question about the sign, okay, that dog walking is permitted. Does that imply that they're on a leash?
No leash law in
No
Berlin.
leash law.
It doesn't mean that we can't request
Right.
dogs be leashed on
Right.
conservation land, but,
Yeah, we can't put everything on the sign, and that got complicated up at 40 Caves. I'm not shooting down what you're saying, but up at 40 Caves, SVT has a dog leash rule. They don't have to be on a leash, but they have to be in voice control of the owner,
Right.
and maximum of 3 dogs per walker, per person.
Right. Because of
Things like that.
problems with dogs going after the horses on the Therium property.
yep. Right, so we just said no dogs up there at all.
Yeah,
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah, honestly, given how dog walkers tend to be, it's got to be like a no dogs policy where you stand a chance of enforcing it. Otherwise, people are just going to carry a leash,
Mhm.
and their dogs will be off anyway. And I know very few people that have voice control over their animals. I just,
Especially strict voice control.
yeah, actual voice control
Yeah.
versus if I yell at them 8 times, they might come if they feel like it,
Right.
which is usually what it is.
Yep.
So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that, I guess.
And you're absolutely right, like that guy up at 40 Caves with that vicious, vicious animal.
Right.
I got him on camera twice, and then I was out there with SVT. It was so embarrassing. This guy came through with all 4 of those dogs, and this one is just rah, 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 at everybody. And he said, "Oh, he won't bite you." Yeah, we don't know that.
Right. Yeah.
So I didn't have a firearm. I thought, might have scared him off with it.
Probably good thing.
Yeah. Shoot in the air, maybe he'll
Yeah.
run away. I don't know. But I think that's just a real rare instance. Most
Yeah.
dogs are just
Yeah, and most dog walkers are good.
yeah. All right.
All right.
On this slide, I
Good
also
deal.
have the trees from the tornado that we went and looked at today. I did miss the first 2 minutes of the conversation. I was having trouble parking.
Yeah, you didn't miss much.
Okay, so the tree looked like it was in fact a large hazard, and they had people out there and they took care of it. And my understanding is they were curious if there could be a form of reimbursement, but also
So,
Yeah.
do you have the photos?
I don't have the photos.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
One of the photo I think I sent you. Some of the photos I sent you were probably of that. I guess it didn't get added. Okay,
Right now I have
cool.
none.
That's all right. No,
No,
not a
it
big
just
deal.
wasn't time.
No, she did add some of the stuff that I sent earlier. That's why we have these. But I don't know that the tree is on conservation land. He even said, "Oh, but our property actually extends up onto this hill," and then was like, "Can you guys pay us for the $300 that we paid the tree company to deal with this?" And I was just like, and now I'm
Why?
looking at the property line because he
Sure. No, I understand why.
yeah.
Okay. So what did you say to him?
I told him we would talk about it at the meeting because we can't make any decisions anyway.
Sure.
I didn't push back too hard because I wanted to,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. We're.
Yeah, and you make a real good point. We need to assess whether it's ours anyway.
if it is like on the line, that tree, from what I could tell. Just, educated guess about scaling it and stuff like that. Like, I can bring it up on Regrid and try to show you, but it was like, what was the address again?
163 West Street.
Thank you. Basically did not really respond when he asked about reimbursement, but I said we would talk about it. And the only reason I was even entertaining the possibility is because they are one of the places that actually owns a chunk of the railroad corridor.
Right.
And
Holy
we've got
cow!
a
Their houses or
set
their
way back.
garage is in the rail bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been pushed back. Like Earth was moved to make that happen. It was done before they bought the place. They've only been there like 3 years. The
Right.
current owners.
Where is this?
But 163
West
West
Street.
Street.
Oh, next to.
So there's, you can see the fence right there,
Yep.
right? Kind of shadowed, but like the tree is like there on the hill, and it's like, is that over the property line or not? And it's like, it's right there. You'd almost need a surveyor to determine whether or not that tree is on conservation land or on their property.
Keep in mind, the tree was not laying on the ground, but the branches had broken off, but it was standing on the stilts. He showed me pictures before
Yeah.
it was standing up 8 or 10 feet off the ground,
Resting on
resting
the branches.
on the branches, just
Yeah.
waiting for them to snap and continue on down the hill, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was certainly a danger. Well, we walked in other parts of it. It's hazardous in there.
Yeah, it's very hazardous.
And then part of that tree, the top of the tree, about 1/3 of the tree, was hanging from a couple of other trees, and the crane company also took that to the ground so it couldn't fall on someone. Not that. Yeah, I don't know why anybody would be in there, but whatever.
Well, if it's on the property line, what if we split it with them? Is that reasonable, or just a
We
toss out an
don't
idea?
even know if after the fact we can
All right,
pay.
I need to find out
Yeah.
if we even can pay for tree removal on private property.
Right.
Like, I don't even know if we can.
Yeah,
yeah.
you know,
I know.
yeah.
I mean, it's
how could we survey that accurately so we know whose it is to start with?
you'd have to call our surveyor in, which would cost significantly more than the $300 that it.
Right.
It's dumb. Frankly, it's silly. Like, it wasn't, a tornado blew through, and their only expense is $300, like for removing
Right,
a tree
I
that was
mean,
putting their fence in danger, and then repairing their fence.
Do
which-
we know if they've been in touch with their homeowners insurance?
I have no idea.
Like, I mean, that's
I have no
really
idea.
who should pay for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think they have thousands of dollars in there. They brought that crane in to do their property, and then the $300 was, as long as you're here, why don't you just take care of that, and then we'll work it out.
I see.
Yeah, they had a crane
Yeah.
in there because, oh my,
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, their homeowner's policy should be
you'd think.
covering that. But
I can certainly ask.
Yeah,
And then we can decide.
I think Ethan is right. We should try to assess whether or not it's even on town land.
I mean, like I said, the only way to know would be to literally hire a surveyor, and that's going to cost significantly more than $300. So that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So I mean, we really have to decide. I mean, this is not probably a precedent we'd want to set.
Correct. That's
Anyway.
also what I'm thinking.
Especially because it is such a question as to whether or not it was actually.
Well, and it wasn't. It didn't fall on their land because of negligence. It fell on
No,
their land
because
because
of an
there was a
act of God.
storm.
An act of
right.
nature.
There was a storm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's lots of trees down in that area.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and ask what you need to ask. But my inclination is to tell him no. This was an act of God. We're not responsible. Like the tree was not. There was no negligence involved here.
Right.
We'll put up some arbor vitae or some
No,
fencing
with
for
those.
no. Fine, we'll put up some fencing for privacy's sake when we put the rail trail through your backyard.
Right.
But we're not paying you the $300 for this tree. Sorry. Sound good?
Further comments?
I'll take that as a yes.
Moving on.
Okay. Lyman Road parking area. I do not have any updates. If anyone else.
Well, those we
Yeah,
did the
those-
updates.
That was the one.
The heavy equipment
Oh.
with the stone dust
The
path
stone dust.
and-
That
yeah.
that little
See that
long
little-
thing.
Yep.
That's the stone dust. That's
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Context is everything.
Yeah.
It's,
We'll
it's
still
the
learn it.
perspective
Yeah,
shift,
you are
right? You're going
still-
from down here to up here. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
There's definitely been a
Totally.
few times where I've been looking at something and I'm like, wait, is that? Okay, I think that's
Yeah.
that.
Always ping me if you need to.
Thank you.
Almost always available by text.
Just so you know, I don't know where the divine conservation restriction is, CR is either.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't-
Divine
I
is.
should know where it is.
Sorry,
But
right?
I'm going to get the details. I know I
Isn't
have.
it
We'll
Divine
get you the
CR
details.
Sue on Linden Street.
Pardon?
The Divine CR
Right,
is that Linden Street?
yes.
Yeah, Suterian. Right? The horse farm.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now I know where it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll
go with them.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Other updates on trail maintenance.
Yes.
Clark Conservation is a disaster. We don't. The
It
photos-
wasn't great before, from what I
It's-
understand.
Utterly impassable now.
Yeah.
Because of the
Um,
tornado, or
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean the
Trees
tornado
down.
blew
I haven't
right.
been. I haven't been through that
The-
over that way.
The tornado blew right through like the entrance right across from Lester Ross,
Oh wow.
and
Yeah.
just knocked down everything like a few hundred feet by like a lot.
Is that
It's-
on Allen Road?
West Street.
West Street.
West Street.
West Street,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
So this, yeah, that's a panoramic. That's like probably
so do we want to look into
270.
hiring a forester to come in and clean it out? Take down the deadfall at least, and
yeah. I mean, I don't.
All going to be handwork.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
that
a
is
lot.
something we can probably
Yeah.
apply for CPA funds for.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like, it's either that or we're gonna
But you have to close
I've
it
seen it.
Yeah,
Well, I think we should close it
now.
right now.
Yeah.
yeah. We should close it temporarily for sure because it's not passable as it is. at
Or
all.
safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy cow.
yeah. No, that is like where the
Yeah, so
tornado
that's
did the
on
most
West
damage.
Right.
Probably is in that area.
That
Which
tree?
I was thinking about that. If we didn't save that property,
Central.
think of all the houses that would have been damaged.
Central.
Yeah. As it is,
That'll
it
teach
threaded. It basically threaded the needle between the two houses.
Yeah.
That it almost
It's
took out.
crazy.
It is unbelievable how
Sorry.
close
Yes,
the
yes,
trees
right,
came.
of course, yeah.
Like where, like massive tree just ripped right over, and there's like somebody's living room and a garage, like on
Right.
either
Which
side
two
of this little
houses? Like-
hill. 163 and
Whatever's next to it.
165.
So
I would imagine.
160.
No, on the
the
other
two on
side
the
of
other
Lucy.
side.
It was
Okay.
Jay Teach's property.
Yeah,
Jay
Jay
Teach owns
Teach's.
the
Okay.
one of the houses, and then
Okay.
the people that you guys went to see tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like just trees in between the two houses, and the tornado very obviously went diagonally between the two. And like, there's a decent amount of space there, but it was they are incredibly lucky.
It's frightening.
Yeah.
And the fact that no houses were damaged.
I know.
Not significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Well, when we were walking back to our cars, there were some shingles and
Sure. Some
But
shingles
not-
got ripped
yeah.
off the
Yeah.
house. Hire a handyman with some decent insurance for a couple hours. You're
yeah,
good
you're
to go.
right. I mean, there were no structural damage.
No.
Yeah.
Like a tornado was literally knocking down 20-inch diameter pine trees a couple hundred yards from these
A
houses.
30-inch catalpa.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
I know.
Wood turners. You're just like, oh my god, I want some of that.
You saw what can happen, right?
Yeah, I know.
AJ, he texted me after he went over there, and he's like, "There's a couple of giant catalpas." I'm like, "How do we get that wood out of the woods?"
Yeah. That's
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that will go.
That's where the trail. That's where the trail goes at this point.
Yeah.
Right, and it only gets a lot worse from there.
Right.
So,
Okay.
like that's
So
what-
yeah, so we may need to hire somebody to come in and do that, and that would be a great CPA project.
So that's like trail and then right into trees, and then it only gets much worse from there.
Now,
Yeah.
where is that?
This is Clark Conservation Land across from Lester Ross.
Would you mind sharing this?
Clark Reservation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you mind sharing a couple of those pictures?
Not at all. I
That'd be
already.
great.
Yeah.
Or did we see them?
No, they didn't. I took them today. Like,
Oh, yeah, of course.
at 5 o'clock,
Okay.
so they didn't make it onto the presentation. But yeah,
Thank you.
it's bad. It's real bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I have other stuff,
Yeah,
but I'm
right.
gonna wait till next week.
Ooh,
Okay. Can you start thinking about who we might want to hire?
Yeah.
Okay.
In good news, the fire pit at 40 Caves has been taken down. Thank you to AJ. I don't know if there's really too many other updates other than that you took it down and
Okay.
was
And
successful.
we haven't heard
it
anything
took
about
about
it.
2 hours. I was able to roast some hot dogs in between. I've been out there twice since. I had a camera out there for a week, and I brought it in, so I can say that. Nobody appeared on the camera, and there was no apparent spore from new activity the 2 times I was out there. I couldn't detect that anybody had gone in there again. That doesn't mean they won't.
Right.
They're going to be disappointed, I suppose, when they do. But I didn't clean the rock.
It's all right. Lets them know where to rebuild.
Yeah. And I carried the stuff off into the woods in every direction. But
Awesome.
got
Thank
rid
you.
of it. Yeah, whatever.
Next up, we have First Colony Development. This is the property that we are exercising our right to buy the land for $1. However, we cannot own and hold the CR. So we are talking to SVT about potentially them holding the CR. I know you're going to set up a meeting. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if that meeting has happened
I,
yet.
it hasn't happened yet. I think we're trying to do tomorrow afternoon.
Where is this?
Boundless Adventures.
Oh,
That last lot is Rob Horn's old house.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So wait, I'm confused.
Keep up, man.
I missed the last meeting too. So
So at town meeting,
yeah.
not last town meeting, probably 2 town meetings ago, the town has always had the option to purchase this property from Riverbridge.
Okay. Right.
Right.
It's
So,
been a minute.
so
Yeah.
right. So, but one of the things that's holding up the transfer of ownership is currently the town holds the conservation restriction
Right.
with Riverbridge owning the property.
Right.
You cannot the entity, person, organization, whatever that owns the property
Can't hold the CR.
can't hold the CR. So we need to transfer the CR to an acceptable land trust. So we are trying to,
SVT.
we're
talking to SVT. It doesn't have a huge conservation value, so they're not super excited about it, but
Okay.
they are willing to do it because we do so much work with them on real, valuable land. So
Yep. Okay. Cool.
we are working with them on that. But there's, they want some modifications to the CR. The town wants the modification to the CR to allow the water from the wells to be used by
I remember
others.
that. Yeah, for Cornelius and
Yep.
Yep.
SVT is asking for an amendment to the CR that specifically allows boundless adventures.
yeah, sure.
So,
Okay.
I believe that is where we stand on that. Kristen and I are trying to have a meeting with them to kind of get things rolling. Okay.
The forest stewardship plan, I've reached out to Gary again, since the
You're gonna find that's a theme with him.
Yep. As a reminder, the grant that we were looking at was for FY24. It does not look like it's going to open up again, so we're trying to find another way.
The invasive removal.
The invasive removal
Yeah.
grant, correct.
Yeah.
So yes, I've followed up with him. I think it was last week, and I'll have an answer maybe soon.
Or you'll follow up again.
We'll follow up again.
Never not following up.
Yeah.
We already talked about that.
that.
Community outreach, the internship program. I do not have any updates. Does anyone else have any comments? Yes. Okay.
So Carolyn and I met with two students who, when we first sent out that survey, or when we first posted that survey, they responded interest in pretty much everything. And they have been the only people to consistently respond to emails. They're twins, they live in town, and they were interested in doing a guided trail walk on Mount Pisgah land, especially the area that was damaged by the fire. So Carolyn and I met them to walk that land just so they could kind of see it, see where the damage was, talked a little bit about the history of some of the trails, and we left it with them that they would think about kind of their blueprint, I guess, of what they want to do. They would be guiding the walks together, one of them maybe focusing more on history, the other more on the natural ecosystem. They're sophomores, but they have crazy sports schedules, so it's been a little bit difficult to be able to get time with them in person. But like I said, they've been really responsive, so we are definitely hopeful that in the spring / early summer we'll be able to do something with that.
Yeah, to have some. So the plan is to kind of work over the winter on
Yeah.
their presentation and have some guided trail walks.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Great.
I also wanted to ask, for the Eagle project, would you want any Tohoto student help? I don't know what that looks like in terms, like, is he doing everything by himself? as part
He's
of that?
required to do the recruiting for the
Okay,
help.
okay.
That's part of the project.
Okay.
It's project manager.
Right, but
Yeah.
we could probably give him the names of put him in contact with some people who have expressed interest.
Yeah. I mean, I
And
have a
that-
list that none of them have responded to any of the emails I've sent them, but
Excellent.
their names are on my list, so.
Right, right. So now that school's back in session, are you going to reach back out to Ms. Aquera and see if we can get something going for this school year?
I
Could
certainly
you?
can. Is there more elaboration on something?
Not currently.
Okay. Fair.
Um,
Yeah, I can do more thinking about that.
okay, that'd be good. Cool.
Thank you. For the public library, I don't have any updates.
No, and Holly's not here.
Okay. Policy and procedure. I also do not have anything for this.
Yeah, so what were we thinking about when this was put on the agenda? I think this was,
Bylaw stuff kind of thing?
Honestly, my understanding was it always stayed on the agenda. So maybe that's not the case, and it can be
let's talk to
removed.
Maddie about that.
Okay.
And find out because that's relatively new on the agenda. But if there was a reason she wanted to keep it on the agenda, we should be clear about that first
Okay.
before
Sounds
we
good.
remove it. Yep.
I can connect with her on that.
Yeah, that may have just been part of the template from
Before.
I think that might have been in a recent addition for very specific reasons.
I do think it was on there prior to that. I don't know if it was put prior
Yeah, we can talk
Yeah.
to Maddie about
intentionally
it.
but
Yeah.
if I recall, it was on other meetings as well.
All right. Any unforeseen issues?
No.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you always.
I did bring one other thing up about that whole area we're renovating for the trail and so on.
Yep, yep.
And then there's maybe some small plots of demonstrations of native plants. I'd rather discuss it when I have a firm plan about how to go about it.
Okay.
But yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think the construction work that we're doing is kind of just the
Yep.
beginning of
Yep.
some things that could happen there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the town garden.
Yeah.
It's starting to fade, but it really looked real good this year, and thanks to everybody who came out to have weed from time to time, because the weeds really had a good summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
I'm gonna shut up now. It's time to go.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Going once? Going twice?
I'll make a motion to end the meeting at 9:16 p.m.
Second.
And it's non-debatable. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Go home.
Zippy lip.